He was once music's public enemy #1.
When I was younger, it wasn't my dream to become like a singer or a rapper, especially one in Korea, just because I couldn't speak the language.
I definitely kind of paved my own way for myself.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's get your motivation to a 10 and get you believing in you. Grab a snack and chew on today's lessons from a man who went from growing up in Seattle and writing raps during high school to moving to South Korea to pursue his musical ambitions to coming home and becoming an all-star musician and entrepreneur. He's Jay Park, and here's my take on his top 10 rules of success. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1, seize your opportunities.
He was once music's public enemy #1.
Something goes wrong, you're out, blacklisted.
And former leader of 2PM, one of the biggest boy bands in Asia.
It was overwhelming, I didn't really know how to take it.
He was the fallen angel who was cast into Korean pop purgatory. But genuine talent always prevails. He shrugged off a social media scandal to become the biggest solo star in Korea.
Got taken down by social media, but social media is what brought him back up again.
I really think that made him stronger. He takes every situation and grows from it.
When I was younger, it wasn't my dream to become like a singer or a rapper, especially one in Korea, just because I couldn't speak the language. But, I had this opportunity in front of me, and I took advantage of it, basically. I didn't take it for granted. I worked my ass off. I was rehearsing every day. I was in the gym every day. I took it very seriously. I didn't take it for granted. I wanted to make sure that I didn't look whack as a person, and we didn't look whack as a group, and we represented our people in the right way.
Rule number 2, find your gift.
I was born here, but so my mom had me audition for this company because they're holding auditions.
Oh, so you was talented early. Mom saw it early.
I mean, so it wasn't that she saw it early. So this is what it is. She wanted me to be like a doctor or lawyer. My grades were bad. Obviously, I wasn't gonna go to, I wasn't gonna get into a university because I was always breakdancing and I was always
that goddamn hip hop.
Yeah, I was.
Mom,
yeah,
goddamn hip hop.
Yeah. So I started off as a b-boy and battling and all that, and then she's just like, okay, let's see where you stand. Go audition for this thing. They're doing this thing. And then I went and did it, and they, they're like, yo, be in this boy band. And so I was in like a boy band for like a year over there. Yeah. At first, they definitely, didn't like the fact, because I could have been doing like more pop stuff, or just took like an easier route. But then, this is me. So it's just kind of like, I just had to do me, and then just hopefully they would see. And now they're not complaining, it's like they live in the house.
The bag is coming in nice.
Yeah, they live in the house of bottom, and they, and obviously I'm not out here running amok. I'm a very positive person. I do a lot for my people. I do a lot for, just everybody that's around me, so.
Rule number 3, overcome obstacles.
You say like, yeah, you establish yourself in the hip hop world, but it wasn't not an easy road, It's kind of like I had a lot of obstacles. Just me not being able to speak the language. My Korean was definitely not up to standard. Even now it's like I understand maybe and can read and write and do like maybe 85, 90%. But before it was at like 20%. And me being from a group, like a boy band background and whatnot, everybody was very, very skeptical. But, it's like if you just keep at it, it took about 7, 8 years, but, here I am today.
Rule number 4, figure it out on the go.
What was it like to suddenly be in South Korea as an 18-year-old in this kind of interesting situation?
I mean, it was very unfamiliar for me, very unfamiliar. And I didn't know how to assess it. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't even know what like a boy band in Korea was. And then I was in artist development for about 4 years. And so I didn't even know what a trainee was. I didn't know what I would be doing over there. And then so kind of like I figured it out as I went along. It was very hard for me, because I was away from, my first time being away from all my family, my friends, and going to a place where I can't really speak the language. I didn't really understand the culture. The food didn't match me right, or I didn't really like the food at that time because it didn't match my taste or whatever. And so, I had a really, rough few months, couple years. For sure, yeah.
Rule number 5, turn negatives into positives.
As the band were riding high in 2010, 5 years earlier, an innocuous email conversation with a friend from the US, written during his trainee days, was to bring his career to a screeching halt. The email, in which Jay wrote of being homesick while also detailing the culture shock that was leaving him unsettled and uncertain of his future in Korea, was somehow mysteriously leaked to the media. The consequences were devastating. JYP made a snap decision and told Jay to pack his bags.
The lead singer of an outrageously popular boy band in Korea has fled that country and landed here in Western Washington.
Although Jay was the leader of a band that has racked up gold records and millions of fans, after being sacked by the band's backers, Jay was left with nothing to show for his years of hard work and dedication.
I didn't want to spend my parents' money. I'd been in Korea for like 3-4 years, didn't really have anything to show, except for, a bunch of hate comments online.
The wheels of fortune had stopped spinning for Jay. He was forced to take up a minimum wage job changing tires in a backstreet garage in Seattle just to make ends meet.
I really think that made him stronger. He's got this optimistic character, you know what I mean? So I think he really learned a lot from that, I guess.
One night, after a 12-hour shift at the garage, Jay dared to dream again. He picked up a laptop given to him as a gift by some of his fans in Korea. Jay had an idea.
Beautiful girls all over the world.
I heard the song Nothing on You on the radio. I was like, I love this song. I should do a cover of this and put it up on my YouTube.
Got nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you, baby.
And it went super viral. It got 2 million views in one day.
That video got Jay back on the map, back on the radar, and there was opportunities for him to come back.
That laptop was his lifeline and proved to be a launchpad to a new solo career. This was the spark, which to everyone's surprise reignited interest in Jay's talent.
For the first time ever, no one's telling me do this, do that, do this, do this. I'm completely on my own. Now I was kind of like reluctant to really like get back into it.
Soon, the Seattle exile was over. It was time to return and take on the Korean pop establishment, this time on his own terms.
Rule number 6, follow your gut.
Me as myself, I needed someone to kind of a crew to bounce around ideas and to feed off each other and just to have fun making music, because it was just me and the engineer. Everybody I was working with was, in the States. So I kind of felt very alone in this music journey. And also a lot of people, a lot of labels, I feel like their business is not official in terms of being transparent. And so I was like, okay, if I want to avoid that, I just need to start my own label. So I established AOMG in 2013. My management at the time didn't really agree with it. My parents was like, it's too big of a risk. But if I believe in it, if I see the vision, I just need to go with my gut and just go with it, despite what anyone says. And it turned out for the best. It's like one of the biggest, labels out there right now. So, hip-hop labels.
Rule number 7, earn respect.
How do you feel about people's reaction to cause especially like mine, for instance, that was a real reaction that
for sure.
Before we started, I told you I didn't think your shit was gonna be that dope, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Is that something you expect, or is it something that's still that's good, that's dope?
That's something I appreciate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't expect easy props. I don't expect just because I established myself over there or I have a big following that you just automatically assume that I'm dope or that
right.
It's like I wanna earn my respect just like the next man.
Rule number 8, be passionate.
Hi Jay, what I want to know is what advice would you give to someone who wants to try out for a record label?
I get this question a lot. Like people ask me all the time. I think you just have to have a passion for singing, dancing, rapping, or whatever, acting, or being a comedian or whatever you want to do. You have to have a big passion for it, so that you do it a lot, you live it, breathe it, whatever. I mean, not to sound corny or anything, but if you do it like that, then you can't help but get good at it, and people, they see that. So I think it'd just be practice a lot, but have fun with it, and make sure it's your passion.
Rule number 9, pave your own way.
I was the leader of the group, 2 p.m. The whole reason I went over to Korea was because I got casted to be in the group. It was in artist development, I guess you could say. It was a trainee or whatever for about 4 years. Was in the group for about a year.
And then, you know, just some drama happened, and when I departed from the group and started doing my solo thing, that's when I had more control over music in my career, and that's when I really started, you know, just going in on the music. It's definitely like a machine, you know, they're very well polished, the choreography is super on point, they got everything down to like a formula, to a T, so that's why it can't fail, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what I do is a little bit different, a little bit more organic, a little bit more natural, I guess. My music really represents me as a person, as an artist. I definitely kind of paved my own way for myself.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is perform amazingly.
Born in this country, but I'm feeling like an immigrant, so we gotta look out for one another. You're my brother, I don't care about your race or color. If they beating up on you, I'm feeling some type of way, so I make sure that we all good to live another day. I got compassion in my heart with the mind of a genius, the hustle of a street dude with the patience of Jesus. When I say it, I mean it, everything to me greenlit, so if it ain't about nothing, just keep it. Listen, some of these youngers need to put their pride aside, cause sometimes your ego is deadly as cyanide. Ain't nobody gotta die, you ain't gotta ride. Y'all both human beings, just ain't seen eye to eye, that's it. Don't fall into the abyss, it's all a crock of shit. The system wanna break you down to get rid of your wit and grit. Wanna see you shackled up and living in your piss and shit. Meanwhile they're making stupid money and it's staying lit. These are my observations, I never go on vacation, cause women be my temptation. I'm cooking, I need an apron, Assalamu alaikum to the heavens and earth. Say a prayer for my enemies, but never in church. Better is worse. I've seen a lot of lonely millionaires. I seen a smile on an orphan, all those shit ain't fair. I can't fix the world, so I leave it in God's hands. Just know a little part of me will always care. Sway.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip from Jay on how to have a good work ethic that I think you're gonna really enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Time to move from just watching another video to actually taking action in your life or in your business. And if you're feeling bold, leave the answers in the comments below. Here we go. Question number 1. What negative in your life can you turn into a positive? Number 2. What is your gift? And number 3. What does paving your own way look like for you?
What do you have to say to all like the fans out there? Because I just talked to some of the fans and they were just going crazy. I mean, one girl like literally just passed out and I was just like, hello, like where are you? But like what do you like kind of advice do you have for them?
For fans?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Like who look up to you, who want to do this?
Oh, who want to do this? I mean, it's first of all, I think you have to have the right intentions. If you're just looking for like money and fame, I don't think you'll get anywhere with it. You definitely got to enjoy music. You got to enjoy. You have to have passion for it. And you have to, it's the work ethic is most important also. If you're lazy, you know, this is not the job for you.
Right.
It's crazy hard, you get crazy busy, you gotta put in a lot of work, and you gotta just be very passionate about it, think positive, and enjoy it. And you'll succeed someday, you'll succeed.
So let me give you the one-word secret to happiness. One word, this is all you need to be happy.
The most important word ever.
If you had to think of one word that's most important to you or that sums you up or that would be kind of like a little beacon.
If you like this video, check out the Making It as a Musician video that I made. I think you're gonna enjoy it. The link is right there next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I want to tell you the most important piece of information that applies not only to your musical career, but your entire life.